if everyone is spending lots of money, what do you think shops will do? If you're a businessman, what do you think they'll do? If everybody wants your products, what are you going to do with the price? You're probably going to increase the price. Yeah, perfect. So you're going to increase the price. So imagine if lots of people have lots of money, but the economy is not actually producing more things. So if there's lots of people wanting lots and lots of things, lots of money to buy lots of things, all the shop owners will be like, I know people will buy, I'm going to charge £100 for a bottle of water. That could be a problem, isn't it? Okay, so that will be an issue there. So that could lead to inflation. A case study to look at is if you could look at Zimbabwe's hyperinflation, look at Venezuela. Those are all some examples of prices going up too much because there's just not enough things. Okay, and you can see in a lot of developing countries as well, inflation is going up very fast. In Vietnam, prices are going up very quickly. Okay, I'm sure in China as well, prices are actually going up quite quickly. And so the government sort of needs to control, they need to balance between giving people more money, but also making sure that the price do not go up so much. Okay, so it's not common that the government will try to slow down the economy because at the moment, like I said, at the moment we're facing a problem where the economy's output is actually not so high. Okay, so with the virus, with trade wars, we're really not sure what's going to happen. So businesses are not producing that much. So we definitely need to make the businesses produce more. We definitely need to make consumers spend more. Okay, so the policy that we'll focus on today is definitely the expansionary fiscal policy, but there is another kind of policy which is contractionary fiscal policy as well. All right, so let's continue on there. So we have an expansionary fiscal policy. So how are we going to increase C? How are we going to increase I? How are we going to increase G? How are we going to increase X minus M? So what I'm suggesting today is I'm saying that the governments around the world should do that. They should increase government spending and they should reduce taxation. Okay, and why should they do that? Because they want to increase aggregate demand. And why do they want to increase aggregate demand? Is because they want the economy to grow. Okay, so the economy now is not growing very quickly. So if the government manages to increase G and reduces T, technically C should increase, I should increase, G should increase, X minus M should increase as well. Therefore, the economy should actually grow. Okay, so if you look at this slide, this is the kind of things that a lot of economists need to do. They need to develop the lines of causation. So step by step, explaining why an increase in G or a reduction in T could lead to economic growth. Okay, so this is the logical lines. This is the causal links that I always tell my students that they have to know. They have to do this when they're writing the exam. They have to write this in full sentence, unfortunately. They can't just do it like this. But in terms of understanding how it works, this is perfectly fine to actually understand why an increase in G or a reduction in T will lead to increased AD or increased economic growth. Okay, so what I'll do today is I'll focus just on a few different things, increase G and reduce T, and then we'll see how this will lead to an economic growth in the face of global uncertainties. So if there's an increase in government spending, so like I said, the government can spend more on hospitals, the government spend on schools. So maybe in the crisis time now, since the economy is not so big, what the government could do, they could build more schools, they could build more hospitals. Okay, so this is an example of an increase in government spending. In Hong Kong, the government basically just gave more money to the people. Literally just give more money to people. And to increase those, they actually wanted people to buy more things, so that could increase aggregate demand, and therefore they could increase economic growth. So the government is basically spending more money, giving people money, so that aggregate demand in the economy can increase. Or the government could be building new schools. If they want to build new schools, they have to hire people. The workers have to be paid.